welcome back to CityLine. Well, if you've been watching CityLine for a while and you got to peek at who is on the comfy couch, then you know how much we love the Toy Rescue Mission. Would you please join me in welcoming back Martha Davis? You are the Executive Director of Toy Rescue Mission. Welcome back to the comfy couch, my dear.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I kind of miss it when I'm not here.
Well, you know, you look really good on the comfy couch, and especially with this brand new shirt. Before we get into all the awards that you have earned this year, tell me about this shirt.
Amanda, this is kind of funny. You know, I've been on this thing where I've lost a lot of weight and I needed to buy new clothes. And I saw someone with a similar shirt on. I asked her where she got it and she said, Amazon. I said, what? Amazon? She said, yeah, like $30. And I said, I gotta check it out. So I went on the Amazon, filled out the order, and it was like $34 with shipping. And so I bought it, and they put the logo on it, and they even wrote Toy Rescue Mission on my sleeve.
On the cuff. Oh my goodness.
$34.
Okay. That's it?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, everybody who works for you and volunteers needs to get on that deal, let me tell you. So let's talk about some of those awards. We were talking, because we see you, Martha. We see all the good work that you do for our city. The mayor sees it with your Compassionate Tacoma Award. South Sound Magazine mentioned that you are the entrepreneur and I would say woman of the year. And then there's one more award that you also got. Tell us about that.
Are you mentioning the Citizen of the Year?
Yep.
Well, I was quite surprised. South Sound Magazine had contacted me and said that I had been nominated for Citizen of the Year. And I was like, what? I didn't know anything about it. And she said, well, there's nothing for you to do. Just got to show up at this event. And I was shocked to show up. It was held at the LeMay Museum. And I was given an award and a chance to speak to the audience. And it was phenomenal. They had did a 2-page spread in the magazine about me. And, you know, I don't do this for recognition for myself.
No,
I really don't. I want Toy Rescue Mission to get the recognition. And I appreciate people thinking of me. But I really would like the focus to be more about Toy Rescue Mission because that's why I do this, is because I love children so much and I really enjoy seeing a child smile.
So, perfect timing. We're rolling a video right now. So let's talk about the Toy Rescue Mission because as you said, it's not about you. So what is it about?
Well, Toy Rescue Mission is about making children smile. Like I said, you know, we served last year over 15,000 low-income children in Pierce County. We serve all of Pierce County. Now, my volunteers, speaking of all of Pierce County, come from everywhere. I have 4 that live in Gig Harbor, 1 that lives in Covington, 1 that lives in Eatonville, and I live in Graham. And we come from all over just to serve the people of Pierce County. And the location that we're in is kind of obscure, but it's on the number 1 bus line, which makes it so accessible for everybody to come. And so it's really easy for people to come and see the number 1 bus line.
And look at the toys.
This is a stuffed animal room. It's packed full of stuffed animals because every child that comes in gets at least 2 stuffed animals. And that's a shot of our toy store. Down at the end, you'll see the game section where people can get a board game. Because when a family comes in to shop for their child, they get more than a toy. The families are allowed to select what they want for the child to have. They get 2 books per child. They get 2 stuffed animals per child. They get a primary toy, which is a more expensive toy, and then they get a smaller toy. If it's a birthday, they get cake mix, frosting, candles, wrapping paper, scotch tape, bows, the whole 9 yards. They can go home and wrap the gift for the child. And they get an activity because these parents can't afford to take their kids to Chuck E. Cheese or McDonald's. So we give them a choice of a game, a puzzle, or a movie so they can enjoy it at their birthday party. And party favorites for their little friends to take home.
This is incredible. So when I look at that toy room and I think about all of the great toys that you collect, what programs or what holidays, we mentioned birthdays, what else do we cover, Martha?
Well, Easter is another big one. We did over 1,800 Easter baskets last year. They're assembly line style.
1800.
More than 1800, yes.
How long did it take you to curate and assemble 1,800 Easter baskets?
From the day we started to the time we finished, it was about 2.5 weeks.
Oh my goodness! So
Yeah.
so start from the beginning. But when do you start collecting things for Easter? Because you're already working on Christmas right now.
Oh, the day after Christmas, I'm in the Easter. Christmas, I start Christmas in October. We do the big back to school event. And as soon as back to school is over, I'm focused on Christmas. And as soon as Christmas is over, it's Easter.
Oh, I love that. So let's talk about, since you've been here, you've done the back to school event, which every year it gets bigger and better.
938 this year.
Oh my goodness.
We had First Student Bus Company brought a bus out for the kids, and we had barbers, we had beauticians, we cut and styled hair on site. We had a big barbecue dinner for the parents to have. That's some of our giveaways. We had Tacoma Power came out and did a booth, and we had different vendors. We had door prizes for the kids. It was amazing. They had such a great time when they came out that day. It was amazing. There's First Student on the screen, and my partners, Richard and Teron.
And here's some haircuts happening in real life here.
Yeah, that's one of my barbers
I
from
love
my
that.
church. He's such a great guy, Shakoma.
So if this was not enough, which I have to tell you, it is enough, then there is a coat giveaway that happened in October, which just ended a couple of days ago. Tell us about that.
Well, it's really strange. You know, Toy Rescue Mission was going through a really hard time. And I had put an ad on Facebook and asked people to please support Toy Rescue Mission. Long story short, donor sees our site, wants to come in and get a tour. And she happened to see the letter that the little boy wrote me from 4 years ago. We gave him a coat, and he didn't want to pull it off. And when he got home, he sent me a letter that he wrote, and it was the words were not spelled right. He had little stickers all over it, and she was such in shock. And she said, "I want to supply your coat drive. I want to fund your coat drive." And so we went to Costco and Walmart, and we cleaned them out, and we bought all these coats, and we bought gloves and hats and scarves. And so my staff and I came in, and look at the little one. And there was a picture that, if we didn't see it already, there's 3 little boys. They're triplets.
Oh.
And they wanted the same coat, exact same. They wanted everything to be identical. So they got 3 matching coats. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh, I love this. So then we ask the question as we move along and kind of pull back. We ask, where does the money come from for you to purchase these items and to put them together and then to hand them to the families?
Well, several sources. We have a program called Ripples of Hope.
Okay.
And we're asking people to just donate $10 a month. Now, I'm a coffee drinker. Now, imagine going to your favorite coffee spot in the morning, and you spend, what, $8 to $10 sometimes for a cup of coffee? Okay, if you do that twice a week, that's $20.
Right.
You do that 52 weeks a year, that's $1,000.
Absolutely.
We're asking for $120 a year.
That's
$10 a month. That's all, $10 a month. If people would donate that, that would pay light bill, phone bill, and all the smaller bills, and we could focus on trying to find grants to pay the rent. The rent is our biggest expense. We don't pay any salaries. We're all 100% volunteer.
Okay.
I've been there 30 years, and I wish I knew what salary was.
30 years.
This is my 30th year.
Can I ask you to repeat the story of when you came home and said to your partner, guess what we're doing?
I went home one day. The founder of Toy Rescue Mission was just tired, didn't want to do it anymore. And we didn't have any money in the bank. We were struggling so hard. And I went home that day, and I was about in tears. I told my husband, I says, "Oh, we're going to close Toy Rescue Mission down." He says, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" I says, "We don't have any money." And after a minute, he says, "I'm going to give you $10,000, but do not come back and ask for more." He says, "Make it last." And actually, I did. I went and I took it, and I tried to catch some bills up, and I called the building owner, and I asked for an extension on the rent, which he gave me, until we were able to write grants and get money in. And when money came in, I called my building owner and said, "I have your rent." He says, "What rent?"
Oh.
He says, "You don't owe me." He says, "You owe me 1 month's rent." But I owed him like 13 months' rent, but he only took 1 month's rent.
Martha.
Yes. And since that time, the building has been sold, And it's not quite that easy with the new owner because he, of course, has mortgage payments.
Right.
And so, you know, he does work with us when he can, but it's not like the original owners.
So let me ask you this big question, and it's a heavy question. Why is it so important to hand out toys? What do toys do when we look at what's happening right now in the sense of international, but also right here? We see rents going up. We see people have food insecurity. What is it about toys?
Well, here, think about this. You have a child that's 5 or 6 or 7. You're stressed out because you're struggling. You're trying to figure out how to pay your rent, how to buy car insurance, how to buy gas for your car, how to get to work on the bus if you don't have a car, how to pay your light bill, how to pay medical bills, how to buy medicine, how to buy food. That child's birthday's coming up. Mommy, it's my birthday. You're stressed out. You're probably going to yell at that kid and tell that kid, you got no birthday money because I don't have any money. We don't want kids to feel pushed aside. I want a child to feel just as important as everybody else. You know, I want parents to figure out how to pay the rent, how to pay the groceries, how to, you know, pay the medical bills, and let me take care of the fun stuff. The other thing, too, is that toys teach a very valuable lesson that we don't understand. Toys teach kids how to count. When you keep score, you have to know how to keep the score. You have to know how to communicate with kids. Bicycles, they teach you how to ride and how to get your legs and how to exercise. All toys have a lesson behind them. So it's not just a toy, it's a lesson in the toy.
Gosh, Martha, I can't tell you how much I love you.
I love you too,
It's just
Amanda.
unbelievable. So I want to remind our viewers that we need 30 donors that are willing to donate $10 a month, $120 a year. And you make the best use of it possible. Thank you, Martha, for being here today.
Absolutely.
I want you back on the couch before Easter. Deal?
I'll be back in
All
April.
right. We have much more to come on CityLine. Don't go away. We'll be right back.